Imagine discovering that 1 out of every 5 genes in your body came from a human species nobody has ever found. No skull, no skeleton, no cave, no fossils, nothing. For your entire life, you've been carrying DNA from a population of humans that may have lived for more than 1,000,000 years, and then vanished so completely that science didn't even know they existed. Until now. In 2024, scientists uncovered evidence of a hidden branch of humanity. A ghost population. A group of ancient humans that split from our ancestors 1.5 million years ago, and later mixed back into our family tree. The strangest part? You may still carry their DNA today. And according to researchers, some of the genes they gave us are linked to the human brain itself. So who were these lost humans? Why did they disappear? And how much of what makes you human actually came from them? Most people imagine human evolution as a straight line. Monkey, caveman, modern human. Simple, clean, predictable. The problem is, none of that is true. Human evolution looks less like a straight road and more like a tangled jungle. For decades, scientists believed our species emerged from a single ancestral population, one group gradually changing over time until modern humans appeared. But the deeper researchers looked into our DNA, the stranger the story became. Neanderthals appeared, then Denisovans, then evidence of even more ancient relatives. Every few years, another branch appeared on the family tree, and then researchers noticed something impossible. A piece of the puzzle didn't fit. Certain sections of human DNA seemed older than they should be, much older, as if they came from a completely different population. A population nobody had ever identified. At first, it looked like an error. Then the evidence kept growing. Using advanced genetic models and data from thousands of human genomes, researchers reconstructed something extraordinary. Around 1.5 million years ago, our ancestors split into 2 separate groups. Scientists call them Population A and Population B. Population A would eventually give rise to the lineage that produced Neanderthals, Denisovans, and ultimately us. Population B went somewhere else. For hundreds of thousands of years, they remained separate, living, hunting, raising children, building their own history, a history we know almost nothing about. Then around 300,000 years ago, the 2 groups met again, and they had children together, lots of them. The result? Modern humans inherited roughly 80% of their DNA from Population A and about 20% from Population B, 1 out of every 5 genes. From a human population that has never been found. No fossils, no bones, no faces, only a genetic fingerprint left inside billions of people alive today. It's like discovering that one of your grandparents never existed in any historical record. Yet their DNA is sitting inside your cells. But it gets stranger. Researchers discovered that many of the genes inherited from this ghost population appear to be linked to brain function. Think about that. Some of the genetic instructions helping build the most complex object in the known universe, the human brain, may have come from a species we've never even seen. We don't know what they looked like. We don't know how they lived. We don't know what they called themselves. But parts of their biology are still operating inside your head right now. Every thought, every memory, every dream. Possibly influenced by ancestors nobody remembers. It's a reminder that evolution isn't survival of the fittest, it's survival of the mixed. Humanity wasn't created by a single perfect lineage. It was assembled, piece by piece, population by population, across millions of years. And just when scientists thought the story couldn't get stranger, a skull emerged from China. A massive skull, broad face, huge brow ridges, brain size nearly as large as our own. Researchers nicknamed it Dragon Man. The skull had been hidden for decades. Nobody knew exactly where it belonged on the human family tree. Was it a new species? A strange human relative? Something else entirely? Then scientists tried something remarkable. Instead of looking for DNA in the bone, they examined the hardened plaque stuck to the teeth. Tiny traces of ancient biological material survived there, and what they found changed everything. The DNA matched Denisovans, the mysterious human relatives previously known mostly from fragments of bone and genetic evidence. For the first time, scientists finally had a face for one of humanity's lost cousins. And that face was enormous, a powerful human with a modern-sized brain. Proof that our evolutionary story was far more diverse than anyone imagined. But Dragon Man wasn't the only surprise hiding in the past. For a long time, Neanderthals were portrayed as primitive, brutish, simple, barely human. Then researchers looked inside their teeth. What they found challenged everything. Embedded in ancient dental plaque were traces of yarrow and chamomile, plants famous for their medicinal properties. Anti-inflammatory, pain-relieving, healing. The strange part? Both plants taste terrible. They're bitter, unpleasant, not something you'd casually snack on, yet Neanderthals consumed them anyway. One individual suffering from a severe tooth infection had especially strong evidence of these plants, which raises an astonishing possibility. What if Neanderthals understood medicine? Not modern medicine, not hospitals, not pharmacies, but knowledge. Knowledge passed from one generation to another. Knowledge about which plants reduced pain, which plants helped the sick, which plants made survival more likely. If that's true, then one of humanity's oldest traditions isn't hunting or tool-making, it's healthcare. Then came another discovery, a discovery so surprising it forced scientists to rewrite textbooks. At Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania, researchers uncovered 27 bone tools. Not recent tools, not Neanderthal tools, tools dating back roughly 1.5 million years. Made by Homo erectus, the same species often viewed as a simple early human. The tools were crafted from elephant and hippo bones. Massive bones, carefully selected, carefully shaped, carefully chipped into functional tools, essentially giant prehistoric knives. Before this discovery, scientists believed sophisticated bone tool technology appeared much later, hundreds of thousands of years later, but Homo erectus had already figured it out. Which means ancient humans weren't slowly stumbling through evolution. They were innovating, experimenting, adapting, solving problems, long before anyone expected. And this raises a bigger question. If our ancestors were this intelligent 1.5 million years ago, what else have we underestimated? Now think about your clothes, your shirt, your shoes, your jacket. It feels normal, obvious, human. But when did humans first get dressed? You might think archaeology would know. It doesn't. Cloth decays, animal skins disappear, the evidence is gone. But another witness survived. Lice. Yes, lice. Researchers discovered that body lice and head lice split into separate groups around 170,000 years ago. And body lice can only exist if humans wear clothes. Without clothing, their entire habitat disappears. Which means humans must have been wearing clothes at least 170,000 years ago. Not because we found ancient shirts, not because we found sewing needles, because parasites told us. One of the biggest mysteries in human history solved by one of humanity's smallest enemies. Then there's language, the thing you're using right now. Human language is one of the strangest abilities on Earth. No species comes close, and scientists may have found one reason why. A gene called Nova1. Unlike many genes we share with Neanderthals and Denisovans, this version appears unique to modern humans. Researchers inserted the human variant into mice, and something unexpected happened. Their vocalizations changed. The way they communicated changed. A tiny genetic difference produced measurable effects. One small mutation. Potentially enormous consequences. Maybe language wasn't created by a single gene. It almost certainly wasn't. But discoveries like Nova1 suggest something fascinating. Humanity may have emerged not because of one giant leap, but because of thousands of tiny genetic changes stacking together over time. Each one small, each one almost invisible. Until suddenly, a species appeared that could tell stories, build civilizations, and ask questions about its own origins. The deeper scientists dig into human history, the less human history looks like a story, and the more it looks like a mystery. A ghost population hiding inside our DNA, ancient doctors treating pain with plants, elephant bone knives made 1.5 million years ago, parasites revealing when we invented clothes, genes that may have helped unlock language itself. Every discovery solves one question and creates 3 more. Because the truth is, we still don't know exactly what made us human. We know it wasn't one ancestor, or one invention, or one moment. Humanity is a mosaic, a collection of forgotten populations, lost experiments, lucky mutations, and ancient ideas stitched together across millions of years. And somewhere inside that mosaic, inside your DNA, inside your brain, inside the words you're reading right now, are pieces of people whose names we will never know. People who vanished long ago, yet somehow never really disappeared.